You're listening to the Quint's podcast.
In a major and unexpected jolt to the Bhartiya Janta Party, Swami Prasad Maurya resigned from his post as the Uttar Pradesh cabinet minister and is likely to jump ship to the BJP's main rival in the state, the Samajwadi Party. And the party was further left stunned after three of its lawmakers, Tilhar MLA Roshan Verma, Bilhaur MLA Bhagwati Prasad Sagar, and Tindwari MLA Brajesh Kumar Prajapati waved goodbye to the saffron party and followed Moria out of the door. In his resignation letter posted on Twitter, Moria wrote that, quote-unquote, "Despite a divergent ideology, I worked with dedication in the Yogi Adityanath cabinet." And the reason we are talking about Maurya's resignation in today's episode is that while he may not be a prominent leader in the same lines as Yogi Adityanath or Akhilesh Yadav, he's an important OBC leader. His sudden departure from the BJP does raise questions on what is going on with the ruling party and whether this will shift the dynamics in the upcoming assembly elections. I'm joined today by political analyst Amitabh Tiwari and Aditya Menon, the Quint's political editor, to discuss the political implications of Maurya's exit. You're tuned in to The Big Story, the podcast where we dissect the headline-making news for you, and I'm your host, Himmat. In his short resignation letter, Maurya blamed the BJP government for a quote-unquote grossly neglectful attitude towards Dalits, backward classes, farmers, unemployed youth, and small and medium business persons. And his exit from the party was clearly unexpected, given that UP Deputy Chief Minister Akhilesh Prasad Maurya tweeted in Hindi soon after his resignation, urging Swami Prasad Maurya to not make any quote-unquote decisions in haste. As the UP Cabinet Minister, Swami Prasad Maurya was responsible for labour, employment, coordination in the Yogi government. But his track record before the BJP is also noteworthy. Known as a grassroots leader, Moria is a five-time MLA who had won his last three assembly elections from Padrauna. He started his career with the Yuva Lok Dal in the early 80s before joining the Bahujan Samaj Party in 1996. In his two-decade stint at the BSP, he held several ministerial positions, including leader of the opposition from 2012 to 2016. He was essentially former CM Mayawati's right-hand man before moving to the BJP camp ahead of the 2017 assembly elections. But Maurya's main USP is his work as an OBC community leader. Here is Aditya Menon, the Quint's political editor, who explains the significance of his exit in terms of the non-Yadav OBC vote bank.
Swami Prasad Maurya may not be a heavyweight on the lines of Akhilesh Yadav, Yogi Adityanath, or Mayawati, but he is a politically important leader. He is probably the tallest leader among in the Kushwaha community. Kushwaha, Maurya, Shakya. These are related caste groups traditionally associated with growing vegetables. In the list of OBC communities, this caste group comes after Yadavs, Kurmis, and Lodhs. So this is the fourth most important section in within the OBCs in Uttar Pradesh. So he's an important leader. Apparently, he holds influence in about 20 to 25 constituencies in Uttar Pradesh, which is not huge since Uttar Pradesh has 403 seats, but it's not insignificant either. So he was an important leader in the BSP and did help bring a section of OBCs into the BSP fold during his over 20-year stint in the party. He was very close to BSP chief Mayawati, and he did also help bring that section towards the BJP when he joined the party in 2016. So he's an important leader. It's probably among the most important recruits that the SP has got in the past few weeks.
And engaging this vote bank is crucially important for any party because they constitute 35% of the vote bank according to the 2011 census. This vote bank has an important role to play in the UP assembly polls given that they consolidated last time and voted for the BJP. And the Kushwaha community, to which Swami Prasad Maurya belongs to, is one of the most numerically important vote banks. So if the non-Yadav OBC vote bank scatters, it may spell trouble for the BJP. Political analyst Amitabh Tiwari echoes Aditya's point on Maurya's exit, but adds that Maurya may also be well past his prime in the OBC community, given the fact that the BJP has nurtured and developed many non-Yadav OBC leaders since 2014.
He used to be a big OBC leader when he was in BSP. However, it can be said that he is well past his prime in that sense. Because what has happened is that BJP has nurtured and developed in house a lot of non Yadav OBC leaders over the past 5 to 7 years since the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. So he was a good prize for BJP in before 2017 because at that point of time BJP was creating this social engineering where this non-Yadav OBC vote block was created as a voting segment, and Moria represented one of the big leaders of the Moria community, which is around 6% of the state population. However, over the years, BJP now has many other leaders also across subcastes in the non-Yadav OBC vote block, as well as among the Moria community itself, because Keshav Prasad Maurya is the deputy CM.
Mr. Tiwari adds that when it comes to the BJP, it is usually the leaders they poach from other parties who tend to revolt and exit, and not the ones who associate with the party's ideology.
First of all, we have to understand what kind of people or who will be leaving BJP at this point of time. One is people who would be denied tickets, and or people who could think that the BJP is going to lose. Correct. So, since he was a cabinet minister, I doubt whether he falls in the category that he was going to be denied a ticket. So he probably thinks, or the Samajwadi Party, where he is expected to join leadership, might have convinced him that uh, BJP is going to lose in this election, and he might have taken a decision basis this cajoling by the Samajwadi Party leadership. So what happens is that optics wise it is not good news for the BJP for sure, because this is a party which is being shown in opinion polls that it is likely to come back. Correct. So this poses a question mark in the mind of the undecided voter, that if the party is going to come back to power, then why are cabinet ministers or other MLAs leaving the party? Second is that BJP normally is used to poaching leaders from other parties, and this sort of exodus of MLAs does not necessarily happen with the BJP before the elections. However, this time, even in Uttarakhand and Goa, we are seeing such exits. Uh, Now, what happens is that the non-Yadav OBC vote block, since it is a very heterogeneous sort of a vote block, it consists of a lot of subcastes in it. That is was already under pressure even before the exit of Maurya, because you have the OP Rajbhar leaving the alliance. You have Nishads probably unhappy because they have not been given the SC status. Anupriya Patel demanding OBC census when there is a clear call of the BJP leadership that they would not be holding such a census. So already there was a bit of dissension in this vote block, which is a new vote block. It never existed before. Correct. So there was already an anger or a disillusionment among certain sections. So this plus this definitely. So this exit, because all others who have exited also belong to OBC SC communities, and the already existing disillusionment among a section of the subcaste there, these two together could could potentially damage the BJP. However, it is not going to be a statewide phenomenon. This might be restricted to Purvanchal, East and Northeast UP, from where Moria also belongs. See, what happens is that since BJP had included a lot of turncoats in last elections, so when they deny tickets to around 25-35% of people, which is the normal trend, which means anywhere between 75 to 100, what normally happens is that since the BJP cadre is fairly disciplined, their own leaders who come from the RSS background or who have been in the party for long normally don't revolt. But leaders who have joined BJP from Samajwadi Party or BSP, and that number is easily above 50. If they are denied tickets, and 12 of them are also in the cabinet, so if they are denied tickets, since they are not ideologically rooted or linked to the party, they can take a call to go back to their parent organizations or join some other party. So this is likely to continue, and deepen. This crisis could deepen further for the BJP going forward.
Now, in the run up to the 2017 assembly elections, the BJP had inducted many turncoats from the Congress, the SP, and the BSP. And don't get me wrong, MLAs jumping ship before elections is not new. We have seen how TMC MPs and leaders switched sides to the BJP before the West Bengal elections in 2021, and the flurry of senior Congress leaders crossing over to the TMC in the past few months, and most recently former BJP Goa Cabinet Minister Michael Lobo joining the Congress party. But for a party like the BJP, where all the surveys and estimates point towards the party retaining power in Uttar Pradesh, a cabinet minister and 3 MLAs, and possibly more jumping ship just a few weeks before the election, does raise questions on the party's internal dynamics and, of course, doesn't leave the party in a great image. So, how damaging is the exit of Moria and others to the BJP? According to Aditya, Maurya's exit from the BJP may translate into a chunk of the non-Yadav OBC vote moving to the other parties.
Yes, people leaving the party and joining other parties obviously adds to a certain perception. But Swami Prasad Maurya is slightly more than that because he is, as we discussed earlier, the tallest leader in the Maurya Shakya Kushwaha caste group. So his exit does mean that the BJP could lose a chunk of that vote. I'm not saying that the BJP will lose the entire vote of that community, but a chunk of that vote could shift towards the SP. Now, the important part is that till now, SP was largely gaining at the expense of other opposition parties like the BSP and the Congress. Voters who dislike the BJP or voters, especially from the Muslim community, who feel under threat in BJP's rule, were flocking towards the SP as it's the strongest alternative. So that's something that was already coming the SP's way. Barring the alliance with RLD and the rise of RLD among Jats, there wasn't any significant group that was coming away from the BJP. I think that's what's changing with Swami Prasad Maurya because now a small chunk of the BJP's vote in this caste group is probably shifting towards the SP. So that I think is the new thing that has happened with his entry.
Soon after Maurya's resignation, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav posted a photo of him and Maurya, welcoming him to the party. Though all the signs point towards Maurya joining the SP, he is yet to formally announce his membership of the party. Now, given the sizable vote bank that Maurya may carry with him to the SP, it may change the dynamics of the elections. So, where should we expect to see the most change? Aditya weighs in.
Swami Prasad Maurya is coming with 3, 4 MLAs from what reports suggest. So obviously in those seats, equations will change. Then there are pockets in Uttar Pradesh where the Shakya, Kushwaha, and Maurya communities are there in sizable numbers. So those areas might see a certain change in political circumstances. So there are two broad belts that we are looking at. One is in the northeastern end of Uttar Pradesh, uh, districts like Kushinagar, Maharajganj, Siddharth Nagar. This is the belt where Swami Prasad Maurya himself also represents. He is an MLA from the Padrona seat in Kushinagar district. Then the other belt where this will be important is this Etawah, Mainpuri uh, belt, Kannauj belt in southwestern Uttar Pradesh. There is also the Samajwadi Party's core belt. Now, in this belt, Yadavs are the most dominant OBC community, and after Yadavs, it is the Shakyas who are most important. So, with the Swami Prasad Maurya coming into the SP, there might be a slight more, slight addition of Shakya support to the Samajwadi Party. It won't be easy because BJP has successfully managed to mobilize Shakya voters against Yadav voters in that region. So a complete shift may not happen, but a partial shift could happen. Then of course there are some parts of Bundelkhand where loyalists of Swami Prasad Maurya like Prajapati, who represents the seat in Banda district, he has also joined along with Swami Prasad Maurya. So look, there are pockets across Uttar Pradesh where this might have an.
Swami Prasad Maurya's sudden exit may have rattled the BJP's UP cadre, but it does signal that all may not be well in the party before the elections. Stay tuned to the Quint for more updates on this story. If you liked listening to this episode, please subscribe to The Big Story for episodic updates. We're available on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, JioSaavn, and most of the other popular podcast streaming platforms. For other podcasts, please log on to the Quint website, and for any feedback, please shoot an email to podcast@thequint.com.
Thanks for listening. Log on to the Quint's website and check out our other podcasts.